Good morning, YouTube. It's Rochelle Tannen. It's May 14th, 2022. It's around 11:30 Eastern Standard Time in the AM. Thank you for all the new subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. I'm actually working on some things that and the way I want my channel to move in the future, but I had to jump on these videos I'm doing now are just right off the dome. So here we go. I said in another video, I'm not going to keep talking about that YouTuber that just passed, but I had to jump on here because of Vivica Fox. Now, mind you, I don't watch Queens and Cocktails. I don't watch or listen to anything with the word queen in it. That's not for me. I'm not knocking Vivica Fox for Queens and Cocktails because Vivica Fox always kept a job. Since the early 80s kept a job. And she is right. To all you niggas calling her bitter and angry and chasing 50 Cent and all that other shit, y'all gotta be on some young people shit because I assure you, Vivica was helping 50 at the time. Believe that shit. Now, she called the YouTuber a hypocrite. I called the YouTuber a hypocrite before I even heard her interview. Let me tell you something about Miss Vivica Fox. Here in Philadelphia, there's a part of their center city called South Broad Street. South Broad Street has most of their theaters. I had the pleasure of working in the oldest Schubert theater at the time. It was called the Merriam. I think someone just bought it and it's a different name, but it's an old Schubert theater. Vivica Fox did a show there. I don't remember if it was a play because this was before 2015, but she was there. And let me tell you something. This is when she was in her 40s, so it's going on 10 years ago. The essence of that woman makes you want to get your hustle on. Not only is she stacked and beautiful, I ain't hear none of you Negroes talking any shit when she was charging $20 for a picture. Then it went up to $50 per picture as the night went on. And y'all paid it because she's bad. Not only is she bad, it's like I said in my first video about that YouTuber. Listen here, Hops, I'm sick of hearing you niggas that didn't even have a father in your house talk about what's important in family. That seems to be the type of YouTuber that's got on when talking about black women and our faults. Even though you black men walk around so righteous when you shouldn't be. When you shouldn't be. Black women and black men are messed up. But as far as Vivica Fox is concerned, Vivica Fox is a household name. That woman, her and that YouTuber were about the same age. She's 1 year older than him. She was born in 64, which will make her a first year Gen Xer, last year baby boomer. He was born, I believe, in 65, what will really make him a first year Gen Xer. And them Gen Xers are a fucking trip. Vivica Fox had the name Fox, that's her daddy's name. Vivica Fox came from a family. The YouTuber did not. So some shit Vivica Fox has to say about family, yeah, she knows what she's talking about more than him. And if it's a question of marriage and her being bitter, Vivica Fox was married to someone named, I believe, Chris Harvest for 4 years. From 98, the year I graduated high school, up to 2002. That's 4 years. Mr. YouTuber had 2 marriages that lasted less or about the same amount of time. His first marriage lasted a year. The second marriage lasted 3 years. And it gets on my nerves. Whenever you have a black woman that asserts herself right or wrong, she's always angry, bitter, this and that. Let me ask you a question. And to be honest, I don't want to, as time goes on, I don't just want to talk about celebrity, but I feel this is perfect as I'm trying to get my channel off the ground. So I might as well comment on it. Was Betty White angry? Betty White was one of the dopest white women in Hollywood from Golden Age Hollywood. Way back before any of us were born. Up until January 2021. Bad as hell. She didn't have any children. And like Vivica Fox, she was only married once. Never remarried. Was Betty White bitter? For all you Negroes talking that shit? I don't get it. And if I was gonna be commenting on Vivica Fox, I'd keep it to her work. Again, I don't watch Queens and Cocktails. I don't knock her hustle, but I don't deal with that queen shit. I'm quite sure behind the scenes she don't even call herself a queen. I get it. Vivica. She's a Leo like me. I get it. But y'all up here talking about she was chasing 50 Cent and all that. Y'all gotta be young, cause Let me tell you something. When 50 Cent back in the day did an interview on one of them late night shows, and one of the hosts, I don't remember which goofy host it was, asked him how he got Vivica Fox to go with him to that award show. And like he said, I called her up and asked her. And believe me, Vivica Fox in the early 2000s, she won't chasing 50 Cent or any other rapper. She ain't have to. Vivica Fox just came off of Set It Off, Independence Day, Booty Call, How to Be a Player, Kill Bill was soon to come. And if Booty Call and How to Be a Player didn't do well in the theaters, they didn't. They might have not. It's been a long time, but I don't think they did. Where Booty Call and movies like it are so pivotal. Blockbuster and Hollywood were around at the time. Video rental stores, I worked at both. I remember that the Booty Call, you couldn't even get a copy of it on the weekend. Vivica Fox is damn near a genius, household name. And y'all got the nerve to call her bitter because she called this nigga a hypocrite. He was a hypocrite. How you gonna talk about health once again? And like I said, I only watched a few videos of this shit. I've been watching more here lately because the videos I did were kind of thrown together. I've already heard his I hate using this word, narrative before. I've heard this shit before on YouTube. Ain't nothing new. But he was a hypocrite. Big time. On some issues, yeah, I'll take the advice of someone that actually had a family. Vivica Fox had a dad who was married to her mom. So certain things, yeah, I will listen to her more than him or any other YouTuber. They ain't have no daddy. Who are y'all to talk about some fucking body? And weight, like, listen, and believe me, guys, weight is so important. I want to see black women do better. I need to take off some weight. Fine. That's fine. But we've been here the longest. We've been exposed to certain shit longer than all these other women and want to talk about fat. The woman he was with, she won't petite. I can see her photoshopping them pictures, nigga. And Hispanic women, you want to talk about fat. Remember, black people, we're not the number one minority no more in this country. Hispanics are. And Hispanic women are huge. Are you kidding me? Especially depending on what Hispanic you're talking about, which country you're talking about. Puerto Rico is very overweight. So what the fuck is y'all talking about? Women are just overweight. She wasn't a 10. She wasn't petite. But this is what makes this man a hypocrite, and she's right. On top of giving advice about the nuclear family, and that nigga ain't come from one. He couldn't even maintain one for 5 years. And he fancied himself a guru, and y'all are paying this asshole. See, this is why I told you I learned the hard way with these YouTube stars. This is why I don't buy their tickets anymore. I won't donate. I'll watch your shit, but I ain't doing all that because I already learned with you niggas. A lot of y'all niggas is on the take. He was on the take. And again, with a heavy drug habit, and you kick the bucket at 56 years old talking that shit. And y'all calling her angry and bitter? She may be, but she's still here. And again, her career goes back much further than his did, ever will. The sheer fact that nigga rated Nicki Minaj a 9. A 9. Gonna talk about behavior. This is the most fucking crass, one of the most crass mainstream artists ever to be. Yes, even over Lil' Kim or any of those women, because it was a different time and they never had to sell sucking dick in teddy bear dresses. And she's not even from America. Nicki Minaj isn't even American black. Fuck out of here. And Vivica's right. He is a hypocrite. And any of y'all calling that woman bitter, y'all want to talk about haters? Y'all some haters. Vivica Fox had longer money than him. Her marriage lasted longer than his. Her career's she gonna be like a Betty White. Vivica Fox, Soul Train, The Apprentice, all the movies I just named. She got that VHS money still coming in. She got that fucking Soul Train money coming in. And this nigga's a nigga on YouTube and Insta fame, aka Facebook. And this is who y'all calling this woman bitter over. On a final note, let me tell you younger cats something. Back in Black Hollywood at the end of the 90s, there was a series of women that would never have had to chase a rapper. I'm going to name some of them off to you, just so you know. Vivica Fox, Tashina Arnold, Tisha Campbell, AJ Johnson, Megan Good, Lisa Ray, Monica Calhoun, Crystal, I forgot her name. She played Ronnie up on the Players Club. Nia Long, because I like she told Kanye, concentrate on this. I'm concentrating, Nia. I ain't gonna forget you, girl. Those women were so fucking beautiful in their heyday. They're beautiful now, but I'm talking about when they were young and in their 20s. What rapper they have to chase? That goes for any of them rappers. Y'all let me know. As it was said of Nia Long, she was so fine she got to get away with shit us normal women we don't get away with brothers. And that's the truth. That's the truth. And all the other women I just named, Megan Good, yeah, Chase the Rapper, yeah, right. Yeah, not on this planet. Vivica Fox, Chase 50 Cent, never. It didn't happen that way, I assure you. See, y'all, it's like I said about these celebrities. You people don't know these people. You only know their image. And I did this video because I was reading some of the comments you guys are making about this woman, and I don't think you really did any homework on her. She's more of a reliable source about family than he was. Again, like I said about my last name, Fox is her father's name. His last name was probably his mother's. Y'all better, I said this, and I do quote a lot of rappers and shit, because in their heyday, they said really great shit. Like Tupac said about some East Coast rappers and producers back in the day, and to a degree he was right. You better check up on what these niggas are saying. These YouTubers, you better check up on what they're saying and doing. See me, I don't give a fuck. I don't have anything to lose. At this point in my life, no children, my parents are gone, I just have sisters. So I'm going into this full throttle. Only thing I had to do was work. So now is the perfect time. I'll end this video on this for y'all dissing Miss Vivica Fox. Just always remember, and she ain't as tacky as that YouTuber was. She ain't have to talk about how she shot at her mains and things. Vivica Fox was an Independence Day for a nice young Vivica Fox, too. She was nice and stacked like Will was. Both of them in that movie, looking good as they wanted to. Independence Day was one of the biggest blockbusters of all time. If he had to build his YouTube network and get donations and shit, she was in the one, and still to this day, one of the biggest blockbusters of all time. He was a hypocrite. Y'all can be sore about it. Y'all can hate on my girl about it. But he was a hypocrite. And if you're going to dislike Vivica Fox or any of these black entertainers, dislike what they've become and how they sewn up, made it harder for new opportunities. Be mad about that. But don't be mad about her opinion of this nigga being a hypocrite. He was a hypocrite. And a coke addict too, because those of us who know. And all them niggas, including Vivica Fox, coming through them crazy 80s. But he was a hypocrite. And on that note, I'm about to get into working on my next project. Again, thank you to my new subscribers. I'm out of here.